Hello, my friends. I wanted to share with you this awesome seminar I went to. It was a 2-day event with this Buddhist monk, and he went over the definition of compassion from a Buddhist perspective and what are the causes of suffering. So the actual original definition of compassion is a wish for all beings, including oneself, not to suffer. Interesting, eh? Not exactly what I originally thought compassion was for. However, when you really start to dig deep, so the causes of suffering, and he was recommending on a daily basis, if not, you could do this once a week, but ideally you do this on a daily basis. What are your, from 0 to 10, what's your score for each one of these next 5 things? So number one, excuse me, 6 things. Number one is anger. So at any point of you, did you feel irritation, annoyance? It doesn't have to go all the way to rage, but of course rage is included. Any level of anger. What was your level of anger for the day? What was your level of anxiety? And that's about worrying about the future, and that's the what if game we play. Like, what if this plane crashes? What if my boyfriend leaves me? What if, I lose all my money? Those what if questions. Then your guilt, belief that you've done something wrong, and because of this, your self-worth is diminished. So what's that level in your life? Depression, and that is belief that you are helpless to affect a meaningful change, or that nobody in your life really sees you and understands you. Next is jealousy, and that's comparing or rating ourselves to others. So that could be anything from she looks really cute in those yoga pants and I wouldn't, to what is he driving, any level, or what level of success he can get up on the stage and I can't. All of that comparing. How do you compare yourself on a daily basis? And lastly, pride. You think you're always right. So are you certain about everything, or is it just your opinion? Interesting question. And then the 2 separate ones that are very fascinating to me is number 1, our understanding and agreement with the fact that everything changes. So impermanence is what he was calling that. And so basically, if we understand that, his example was that when you buy a puppy, you're also technically buying a dead puppy. It sounds horrible, but we have to face the true reality and nature of everything, and that's that it's going to change. It will transition, and that includes our thoughts and our food cravings, for example. If you just give it a second and breathe into it, it might pass. And same with the negative thoughts and the fear and all of that. So impermanence is very important. And then if you embrace that everything changes, you actually lower your level of suffering. And the last one was selfing. It's the personalized self of I, me, mine, my highway, get out of my way. My chair, don't sit in that in a seminar. My whatever, all your possessions actually create suffering. And so his basic point is that when you can get all of these scores down to 0, you will reduce your level of suffering altogether. So if you just start making a mental check and count and score basically every day, at the end of the day, how are your levels for that day? You'll be blown away how much you I've already started to catch myself. I'm like, that's not my chair. She can sit there, or anxiety, the what if game, that's easy to catch real quick. So, or comparing, all of these things will happen very quickly for you and make really big changes in your suffering and your happiness level, which I hope to impact. All right, share with me as always. Lots of love.